This is effective communication in a workplace environment, part 1. What is communication? Communication is the transfer of thoughts, information, emotions, ideas through gesture, voice, symbol, sign, and expression from one person to another. Communication is the ability to exchange information, ideas through a medium. Communication is the bloodline of any system. Communication maintains and sustains any organization. So in communication, we have 3 major aspects. We have the sender, we have the receiver, who is also the sender, who is the encoder, the receiver, who is the decoder, and we have the medium. The essence of every communication is to get a feedback. Effective communication is when a message is sent clearly and appropriately from a sender to a receiver that results in an accurate feedback. We have different forms of communication. We have the verbal communication, written communication, we have listening, we have non-verbal, which also can be seen as probably gesticulation, sign, and etc. What are the characteristics of communication that we have? We have an effective communication process. We have all these characteristics and even more. Communication must be concise, it must be clear, it must be courteous, there must be emotional awareness and control, it must be coherent, it must be concrete, it must be easily understood, and there should be focus and attention in communication. Let's look at them one after the other quickly. Clarity. From the beginning to the end of a communication, there must be clarity. It must be clear, it must be coherent, it must be understandable. Now, concise, that means your communication should be simple, summarized, short, and easily understood as much as possible. Concrete, your communication should be full, well-footed. You should have tangible backups in them. Coherent, that means your communication should be sequential. It should have major elements in it. That means you should have a process. There should be a flow in your conversation. You are not trying to say too many things at the same time without hitting the nail on the head. Courteous. Your communication should have a degree of honor, respect, consideration, care, concern, kindness, and consideration for the receiver. A tamed tongue is a matured tongue. There should be a degree of maturity in your communication. Your communication should not contain offensive words. It should not be cruel. It should not be demeaning. It should not be harsh. It should not be brash. It should not be inconsiderate. It should not be hurtful towards the receiver. Listening for understanding. The receiver has the responsibility here to pay attention and effectively process what was sent by the sender. This is actually necessary for communication process to be complete. The receiver has the responsibility to detect the message hidden in the conversation. It should not be influenced by his own personal judgments of the topic that is being discussed or the presenter. He should filter through every limitation in his mind to get to the actual message. Focus. In the world of multitasking today, focus is super essential. Misplaced communication can be really disastrous, especially when it holds an element of life in it or a weighty repercussion. Focus helps you get the important part of a message. And emotional awareness and control. Emotional intelligence and maturity is so important, whether you are giving a message or receiving a message. Take extreme care to ensure that you are in an emotionally stable state every time communication occurs. Now we're talking about effective communication in the workplace. Effective communication is a soft skill that an excellent person should acquire. Effective communication in a workplace describes making connection with others in an organization, creating an environment where everyone feels included and heard, communicating in a way that allows your team accomplish their goals and objectives. Effective communication in a workplace involves building positive work environments, eliminating inefficiencies, maintaining good human relationships. Effective communication helps boost employee morale. It increases employee engagement and productivity. It also increases employee satisfaction. Effective communication is very, very vital. It's key for good work performance and for maintaining strong working relationships at all levels in the organization. Building an effective effective communication in a workplace helps maintain and improve human relationships and eliminate every inefficiency in the organization. Communication is often the root of issues and the solution in an organization. The power of communication cannot be overemphasized. By learning how to communicate effectively, we can stop problems from escalating and make the workplace a more efficient and harmonious environment for us to be in. For staff members, for everyone that works in an organization to be in. We are also able to present ourselves in a more positive light to others. Effective communication in a workplace is based on interpersonal professional relationships that is focused on courtesy, mutual respect, honor, understanding, attentive listening, active participation, and appropriate body language in an organization. In workplace communication, conversation must occur in the most honorable manner. Words are filtered respectfully. Tongues are made tender. Irrespective of the line or hierarchy of communication ladder in an organization, communication is done in the most respectful measure. The power of effective communication is so impactful. It goes a long way to creating a lasting impression in the heart of another person. A perfect man is said to be the one who is able to bridle his tongue. Communication must be done in the most subtle way possible. Subtle yet conveying salient information that is intended to be passed across. Effective communication helps build another person. It does not tear down. So it's important that as you carry out your responsibilities today, learn to congeal pressure in subtle words. As an effective communicator under pressure, you are like the step-down transformer that is able to bring mighty currents down to every appliance in the home. The strength of effective communication is seen under pressure. A professional is one that is adequately able to constantly bridle his tongue and communicate without any offense or demeaning words noted, even while he is under pressure. Effective communication in the workplace is a strong motivator, is a strong form of motivation that increases employee bonding and contributes to an organization overall growth over time. It's important that an organization is keen about building an excellent communication culture. An organization that is concerned about our growth is an organization that will be keen in building a fantastic and effective communication culture. An effective communication culture is a commitment to growth and organization's development. Is a standard that helps retain human relationships. An organization with a strong, effective communication culture will retain their manpower more than an organization without an effective communication culture. One of the signs to know an organization without a good communication culture is that manpower changes from time to time. Such organization will lack retainership. And an effective communication system in an organization has a way of flowing down to the customers as well, because it is the same system that is passed across from the top management through the hierarchy of communication that will also be passed across to the customers in an organization. So to run an effective organization structure, the importance of communication cannot be overemphasized. We have talked about the importance of communication, that is the ability to exchange information. We've talked about the three cogent part of communication: the sender, the receiver, and the medium. And the essence of communication is the feedback. And then we talked about the types: verbal, written, listening, non-verbal communication. We talked about the characteristics: it must be concise, clear, courteous, it must be coherent, concrete, there must be active listening and understanding, there must be focus and attention, emotional awareness and control. And we have talked about how important effective communication is and how it can help stabilize organizations' growth, how it can help increase bonding in the workplace, how it can help create an enabling environment for all to thrive, how it can help interpersonal professional relationships, how it can increase productivity, it can increase employees' morale and overall satisfaction in an organization. The importance of effective communication cannot be overemphasized in an organization. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you in the next recording. Bye for now.